If you're just joining us, this is Good Morning Nigeria live in our network studio here in Abuja. Before we go straight into our second conversation this morning on Nigeria's young inventors at the NTA ETV Science and Arts Children's Expo 2019, let's take this report from Ikechukwu Nduke.
Mohammed Tijani Iliasu of the Mutare Adnan Day Science College, Kanu, Oyelowo Ololuwa of ICAST International College of Arts, Science and Technology, Oyo State, and Christian Asha of Government Secondary School, Lafikpo, Ebonyi State, are upcoming artists and scientists trying to fix the issues of renewable energy, environmental degradation, and waste-to-wealth technology in Nigeria.
Our project is on biogas system for household cooking. It is a source of renewable energy, which is from methane gas. Methane gas is from organic matter, from waste materials like kitchen waste.
We convert slake lime obtained as a byproduct from the manufacture of ethane, that is commonly known as acetylene gas, to caustic soda.
I invented a thermodynamics biogas generator. The generator is beyond generating electricity. It can be used to power other heavy equipment because it uses biogas from cow dung and then palm wine.
Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, was on hand to inspect the children exhibition to boost their morale.
All right, here with us in the studios to discuss this issue, we'd like to welcome Grace Bello. She's a young inventor. Grace, good morning and welcome to the NTA.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Also here, Abdul Rahman Awal Abdul, another young inventor.
Well done, sir.
Morning and welcome to Good Morning Nigeria.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Redsat Joshua Gushen, another young inventor who is participating in the expo. Pleasure to have you with us this morning.
Pleasure to have you too. Thank you, sir.
Okay, and last but not the least, the General Manager of NTA Educational Television, Esosa Ukmoma. Pleasure to have you with us on Good Morning Nigeria.
Thank you.
All right, so we've had you on Good Morning Nigeria in the past, whenever the NTA organized expo is taking place. What's different in 2019?
Well, we've incorporated mentorship, because this year we did only the senior category, so we know at this stage in their life they're going to choose a career path. So we got some people, mentors, to come and mentor the children. That was yesterday, and we brought in UNICEF, who let them know their rights as children. So that was different, and also we incorporated more projects, science and arts. That's something different we did this year.
What are the projects? Samples of the projects and then the level of participation.
Well, even though we did senior category, we had quite a number of projects. Like there was a little kid, she's 13. She took picture. She would take your picture and she could draw it within 10 minutes. Those are kind of things we saw that we want people to develop their talents. Basically, the expo is about children discovering their talents, and for people to see that and encourage them to develop that talent they have.
You know, this expo has been going on for a very long time, like my colleague Kingsley said. So what role is the Ministry of Science and Technology bringing into this inventors' life?
Well, that's unfortunate. They've not really gotten involved. Like, if you notice, at the last ministerial briefing, there was a senator that asked that question, that they watch young inventors. Because this expo is, after the expo, it's serialized as a 30-minute program on the NTA network service. Apparently, she had been watching that. So that was one of the questions she asked the minister: what is the ministry doing about it? They're only involved in sending judges. That's the only level of participation the ministry is involved with science and tech.
And thereafter, the young inventors are left on their own.
Yes.
That's where, like, I believe NTA is to project the children and for the private sector to take over from them. NTA cannot do everything, but we approach the private sector, they are not interested. Okay. That's where we have a problem.
Because last year when we were when we were looking around for the expo, that was 2017, I remember we went to the basic education in Maiduguri, and the man told us that what happens after the expo, we've not seen anything unique. These children get first position, second position with very beautiful projects. What happens to them after?
Well, we're hoping we won't stop. We still try to engage the private sector and government to take these projects up. That's where we are different from other countries. That's how we can take the country to the next level. Technology is what is key in the world. We have young children we can grow, which can help the economy.
All right, now let's get to hear from our guests, the inventors. Grace, tell us something. What is it that you put up for display this year at the expo?
Okay, our project is waste to product. We recycle rubber tires and plastic bottles into furnitures, tables and chairs. Most times, many people, when they are done with their scrap tires, with their plastic bottles, they just throw them away or they burn them, not knowing the environmental hazard they cause to our society. So instead of us throwing away our tires, instead of us throwing away our plastic bottles when we are done using them, we gather them and then we use them to make furnitures. Chairs and tables.
Okay, all right. So
Gisli, let me come in here. Gisli, she looks like you're from Benin.
Juma, no, that's because she's wearing a bead. I just it's a part of education.
Yes.
Singular and plural. For those who are also watching, who are young, when you say furniture, it's not, you don't add an S. So furniture is furniture. So you use your plastic and disused tires to make furniture. Not so?
Yeah.
Okay. Say furniture, singular, furniture, plural. Like cattle, cattle is cattle, right? Good. Abdul Rahman, what is it that you have?
I brought a solar spray machine. It's a machine that you use to spray pesticides or herbicide and organic chemicals in palm. I use this a new technology that's coming through the world of using renewable energy source to make a change in our society. And we have available spray machine in the country that are not working perfectly, and they are expensive, and some are cheap, but this does not reach the level or the quality our local farmers need. So I think I can make a change to bring a solution for that problem. Then I come up with a renewable source machine, a mobile spray machine that pests organic chemicals in farms.
Wow. Okay, Reset Joshua Gusen, what's your project like?
Okay, my project is a coal-burn oven used for drying and baking of some food items like cake, bread, and other pastries. And I did that because of the nature of electricity in our country today. We have an unsteady nature of electricity. So with the use of that, you can use either a coal or a firewood, either a gas or a small stove. You can use it and bake your food without an electricity.
So these things didn't come without challenges. So what were the challenges you faced in doing your project?
Okay, some of the challenges are the firing, because it goes through firing. I used clay in producing it. Yeah, clay is a good conductor of heat, and also clay is natural. You get it from nature. So some of the challenges are the firing. Once I kept my project into the kiln, that's where the firing will take place. There's a probability the project can crack and it cannot crack again. So once you keep it there, you just have to have hope. Yes, but to God be the glory, all my projects, none of them was cracked.
Well, give us a sense. What encouraged you to participate in this year's expo at the NTA? And by the way, if we can get our engineers to continue to play back the footage of some of the inventions that are on display at the expo, so that it's not just that we are talking theory, and we are also seeing the practical demonstration of this. Grace, why did you choose to come to NTA's expo this year?
Okay, so after getting the idea, it wasn't just for my consumption. I needed people to know about it. And then NTA is like a place to display. And then you can find inventors coming to, okay, I want to see to this, I want to help. So
it was just like, let us bring this project, let people know about it, let us find people who can help us to actually show and make it better, to modify it. So that was why we came to NTA.
The general manager, who is the coordinator of the expo, says, look, well, this is relatively for students who are advanced, who therefore would need something like mentorship. Whom did you encounter in the course of this expo, and what pieces of advice do you find most useful with regard to what you are trying to do?
Okay. I met a man, I don't exactly know his name. He came and then he asked that, he asked about our project. So I told him. And then he asked if there were other things that we could use our project for, like we could use the plastic for, if we could use the plastic for other things rather than just making furniture. So he told us that you can actually melt this plastic into other things rather than just making furniture. You can make interlocking stones. You can make many other things than just furniture.
Okay, Abdurrahman, President Muhammadu Buhari has been harping on, promoting agriculture in Nigeria. Is that the reason why you're trying to key into the sector?
Yes, this is one of the things that I figured out in my research. And I have dreaming since I was small to make something that society can benefit. And one day we are in farm with my father. He's a local farmer, and I experienced something. He assigned me to spray with a hydraulic backloaded sprayer. And after that spraying, I was admitted to a hospital for 2 weeks. And during that time, when I was in hospital, I was thinking that, can't I make a change? Because if this is how local farmers are going, what is my impact as a student in Nigeria to make a change? Then I start thinking that I should come with something or solution of that problem. During that time, I have started consulting those who have access to spraying machines available in the country. Then I observed that we have 2 categories. The petrol operator, which is costive, is very expensive, which it costs 75,000, and the backloaded hydraulic sprayer, which is cost 6,500 naira. And during that time, I observed that the cheapest one doesn't have a good quality, and the expensive one, most of our local farmers can't afford that. Then I think I have to come with something that is in between this, to make something that is reliable and is very moderate in the cost is moderate to level of the farmers. They can use it as durable project and high qualitative system or protocols that with a safety. Then in engineering, safety comes first. You have to consider safety first before designing any machine. Then I designed the machine, and I thinking that now the level of my project is in marketplace, because I took it to an organization like Technology Board of Incubation Center, Kano State, which I present them the project. They have supervised it, and now I have a business plan, and I am registered as a company. I am trying to become an entrepreneur and inventor that creates a solution that at least Nigerian will benefit and make a change through this innovation. And I am thinking technology is seriously making change and impact in Nigeria.
No, let's tell us again what your invention is.
My invention,
or your creation is.
My invention is a combination of science and intuition. It's a solar spraying machine. Actually, it's locally based source material. I use source locally material because the material, most of our people will see them as a waste in our society. I use a PVC soak away pipe to make the construction of the body, and I use a chair from our secondary school, and I go to an office and I take a permission that if you finish using your dispenser bottle, I can take it to make an innovation. Then I gather the material, then I come down and gather my colleagues, we create a team. In our school, we have some categories that there are some electronics students, mechanical, some that are have an intervention of mechanical and electronics, and I am a designer. Then we collaborate, I come up with the idea, then we go through the project, and now we are succeeding.
Oh, that's
a good one.
It's absolutely,
the future.
Absolutely, very interesting, very interesting. Retsat, again, tell us, what gave you this idea with regard to the kiln drying that you talked about?
Okay, it's due to the increasing demand and desire for baked foods. Most people now are desiring for baked foods in our society, because any occasion you go, you will not lack 1 or 2 baked food like cake, bread, fish roll, meat pie, and the rest of them. So with the use of that, even those living in the remote areas can get access to big foods because they will have the coal or even the firewood. They can use it for them to bake their food. Once you just insert your firewood or a small gas, that's if you don't have, you use your firewood and you can just start your baking process, and it will go a long way in helping our youths today because many of them lack job. So they can just sit at their comfort and bake food, which will go a long way in helping them and the country at large.
Okay, thank you.
Talking about baked foods, can your device, can it prepare, I don't want to use the word to fry, can it prepare akara?
No.
It's just, I think, small chops and...
yes.
Yeah, because yesterday on this program, interestingly, we had the Director General who's in charge of the National Arts and Cultural Festival taking place in Benin. And he was with us on Skype from Benin, and he said that people were serving fish roll and meat pie as small chops at the cultural festival. He now said no, that they should have akara instead, akara as a small chop, not the big one, but the small type. So that's why I'm wondering whether this one can also give us akara instead of fish roll. All those roll. We want to have our own. So maybe you think about how you can use that one to get akara. Akara kose?
Yes.
Have you? Okay.
Okay, Grace, from your experience so far, how would you encourage young inventors to come to this expo, maybe by next year?
Okay.
From your experience, how has it been? You're talking to young children out there watching you. Can you tell them what you're experiencing and what encouraging words do you have for them?
Young Expo, my stay in Young Expo have learned a lot. It wasn't just about me this time, but I was able to see other people's ideas. I was able to learn from other people, going about and saying, okay, how does this work? How does this work? How does that work? So I just want to say that your information, what you know, is not just limited to where you are. You should come outside, you should share ideas, you should get more ideas, and you should use it into making something better. And then again, Young Expo isn't even all about just your invention. Yeah, UNICEF came, we learned so many things, and we're even able to meet other people from different cultures. I learned Hausa when I came. I met some Hausa friends.
So what can you say in Hausa now? In Akwana?
Lafia.
Oh,
so, yes.
Okay, from here in Nagajia.
Lafia.
You say Bagajia.
Okay, Bagajia.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I just wondering, Abdul Rahman.
Yes, sir.
Tell us something about your routine, because you said, look, when you were hospitalized, they started thinking about what you could do to help. When you wake up in the morning, what goes through your mind, and what do you see? What do you visualize?
Actually, the first day I opened my eyes, I found out that I'm in a hospital, and something very interesting come to my mind, and the ability that I have the chance or the right to get a knowledge help me and make an impact in my life. Because since I can read and write, I have to make change. Even though I'm not perfect by that time, it cost me 4 years building this project. I have tried to participate in this expo, but due to the incompletion of the project, I wait till the time that is perfect. My essence is not to showcase the invention, but to make impact in life of citizens of Nigeria and make a unity around our society. That's why I think we break down the ideas, we take a long of time, and with the sponsor of our Federal His Excellency and the NTA Kano State, make an impact. Sometimes we make a request for them, they finance the project, and they take a team of management of Science and Technology Ministry, make an impact, because I wish in Nigeria each ministry, state ministry, will do like how we are doing. If you go with a proposal that you make an innovation that will make a change, they will welcome you and make a support. And they will attach you with some highly experienced technicians that will guide you through the process.
Okay, thanks for the points that you have raised. I was asking this question, when you wake up in the morning.
Every morning.
Every
when
morning.
you
Say in the
sleep and
morning.
wake up.
What do you think about? What do you see? Also in terms of your educational attainments, some persons like you, I'm not saying you in particular, would say, look, I want to change. I want to fabricate something. Others will say, no, I want to go and read. Just be reading. And then I want to go to a technical school. What goes on in your mind?
Actually, where do you project yourself in the future?
Actually, I'm seeing that being here is one of my dreams. And I want to be an international person that will speak in the language of engineering, particularly innovation, to say that I am from Nigeria and I am happy to be a Nigerian indigenous. I will speak that this is an innovation that will change the world. And that is my dream. Since I was small, I have a dream of becoming an inventor, and I have a zeal that to be taken to a place that I will speak, and people will understand what I am trying to say. And every morning when I wake up, my zeal is to make a construction. Whenever I get off, before I even take my toothpicks, I start taking my screwdriver to see if anything goes wrong in my workshop, because I have a small workshop which I am now operating. Basically now it's a company because I have registered. The name of the company is AB Universal Innovation. I titled the AB for my name, and this is the zeal that I have, and I am now trying to, some young inventors which have intention of becoming or to want to nurture their talent, they come to me and we basically break down the things from grassroots, and I guide them. You will see some small kids in your house start repairing a lamp, start taking iron off on it, see what is there inside. So by that time, when I observe, some parent come to me and say, my child started doing this, I think you have started benefiting at least with the impact from government or some sponsors. Can you help him? I say, okay, I have a platform now which I'm taking some small kids to operate under me, and we are making a production of a small lamp apart from this spray machine. And during this time we are going, we use locally, even though we don't have money that we can finance to buy industrial machine. We make the machine by ourselves. Because I will tell you, you will see a small child, I will ask you, if a case like this happen, what will be the solution? You will find out, he will give you the solution. Even you are the inventor, can come out with the solution with a quick response. And that's what we are doing. And I think if we get a sponsorship, or at least, particularly, I have been motivated and inspired from engineer Isosa, because I never experienced to have a platform in Nigeria like this. Because in my entire life, I didn't think there is a program that will guide and motivate students, particularly UNICEF. This is what they have given us. As you can see, it's a fast forward to your right. I read this thing many times since I haven't slept because of this book.
You were given at the expo?
Yeah, because I learned things. The day they make us a seminar, I observed that in less than 30 seconds, I learned many things, because in just 30 seconds, they teach us how to work as a team, united, and you can be a representative of your state or a group of individuals, and you have to know what is the basic rights for you.
Abdul Rahman,
yes,
thank you very much for bringing out that UNICEF passport.
Yes,
and sir, there is one thing that...
hold on a second. Bringing out that passport. And this is a very important lesson for young persons who believe that you have to get a passport to go and cross the Sahara and then most likely perish on the Mediterranean Sea. You are looking for work in Europe or wherever that you are going. You are an irregular migrant. This is knowledge in that passport. The visa, everything is there for you to have a much better life. So let's quickly take our tweets that have come in from our viewers. First, Akimboyewa has this tweet. NTA should be applauded for promoting our young inventors via NTA ETV. Governments and organizations should also be keen to harness the imagination of the young inventors by organizing field trips and workshops for them, and the ideas of these young persons should not be ignored or dismissed.
And Comrade Ngala tweets, government should encourage the young investors to further their education. This is how China and Japan develop technologically.
All right, another commendation coming from Magbola Humbabs. NTA should be commended for this yearly event. but we must take it beyond the annual rituals. NTA should have a synergy with the Ministry of Science and Tech to ensure such brains do not die in motion. Nigeria has the human capital to rule not only Africa, but the world.
And Mike Anyako tweets, science is the bedrock of all modern developments. In USA, for instance, Silicon Valley is designed to help young future scientists to develop their great potentials. The science exhibition is a very welcome development. We have great talents in this country, and we must encourage them to harness their potentials and capabilities.
Steve Bond, if our young inventors are not followed up or encouraged, they will travel out and be snatched by Western countries. Many Nigerian scientists are doing well outside Nigeria, so let's encourage them.
Yes, and Daily Jack Solomon tweets, NTA ETV Expo 2019 should be used to expose young Nigerians to research and development, encourage creation of innovative enterprises, utilizing Nigeria's indigenous language knowledge and technology to produce marketable goods and services now and in the future that will improve the lives of Nigerians.
Mutana Farouk, NTA is an instrumental tool that aids and promotes educational exhibition in Nigeria and beyond. I watched its 2020 budget defense. NTA will do more if adequately financed. Keep it up and also extend the scope of your program to more schools, especially the science exhibition. All right, those are the tweets that we can take. We'd like to thank you for sending in your comments. And on that note, we also would like your last question.
As a woman, we're talking about girl child, celebrating the girl child, and we're talking about empowering the girl child and the women. So beyond this expo, what are you going to do to empower yourself with what you have? How do you empower yourself with what you have? Will you continue after the expo? Is it just a project that you just forget about it when you go home?
No.
What are you going to do as a girl child?
Firstly, we brought it here. We brought the project here, not just to exhibit. It's like we want the government to adapt this project. In Nigeria, let us look at it. It's like every of our furniture is made of wood. We depend solely on wood. It's always wood when it comes to making furniture and most domestic things. But we do not see that. I will not be surprised if one day we wake up and realize that there are no longer trees and we start to import trees. There are many other things that we can use in making our furniture, in making domestic things, just like plastic, rubber tires. If you tell just anybody, like assume if I told just anybody, before I actually made it, because it's not just me, I have a colleague and I who made it. So before we made it, when we told them we are making plastic and rubber tires, they're like, rubber tires, plastic, what do you mean? That kind of thing. I got a lot of discouragement. But making it, people were able to sit on it and they were even surprised. They were like, will I not fall? But when they sat, they were like, okay, the doubt started going. So I just want to say that other things can be used instead of wood. Plastic can be used, many other things. And after now, I'm not just going to stop here because there are still so many things out there. That thing that we are looking at, this is a waste product. Something might actually be in it that I can use to make something else.
Good idea.
For
all of you who are participating in this expo and those who took part in previous expos and those who will also take part in future expos, would like to thank you for always being with us on the Nigerian Television Authority. So for our guests this morning, Grace Bello, thank you very much. Abdul Rahman Abdul, thanks a lot for being with us.
Thank you, sir.
Red Stars Joshua Gushen, thank you. And also Esosa Ukmoma, General Manager, NTA ETV, thank you for being with us in Good Morning Nigeria.
Thank you.
All right, that does it for our two topics. Let's go over now to sports.
Nigeria cricket team lost their third